Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth and the last video of chapter number 1. So today in this video we will learn about topic number 4 of chapter 1, that is what statistics does. So let's begin. Now what are the importance of statistics and economics? Coming to the first point mentioned here is it enables an economist to present economic facts in precise and definite forms. So with the help of statistical data, an economist can present all the facts and figures in a precise manner. With the help of presenting the things either in the form of percentage or averages or pie chart, bar diagram. Coming to the next, helps in condensing mass data into few numerical measures. Again, as we know that we start collecting data and the number increases as our investigation increase. And finally, if we want to reach to any particular conclusion, we have to concise this data by converting or presenting our result, concluding the thing in the form of percentage or averages, or as I mentioned earlier was bar diagram, pie chart, histogram. So these all are to reach to a conclusion and with the help of few numerical measures. Statistics is used in finding relationship between different economic factors. Now, what type of relationship here it is written or here it is mentioned? It is the relationship between two economic factors. Let us take an example. As we know that if there is increase in price of a certain commodity, then its demand decreases. Or we can say that there is always an inverse relationship between price and demand. That is, if price of any certain commodity increases, its demand decreases. And if the price decreases, the demand increases. So this is like an inverse relationship between the price of commodity and its demand, and it is established by statistical relationship. And it is also a part of economic theory. So with the help of statistical study, the statistical relationship is based on the two factors, we can say the economic factors of price and demand. The next one is economics forecasting through statistical studies. So as we are doing statistical study, economic forecasting can be done, or economic forecasting is possible. I am talking here about economic forecasting, not about astrological predictions. Okay, let us take one example. Suppose, as we know that the price of petroleum is increasing day by day. So, what we will predict or what we will like, what forecast will do that, okay, in the near future also the price might increase or the prices might go much more we have to pay per liter. This is the prediction we can do. This is all related to the statistical studies. It is just because from past 2 years the price of petroleum is rising, so it might rise in future as well. The next importance is helpful to formulate appropriate economic policy that solve economic problem. Okay, the economic problems can be solved by the appropriate economic policy. And how we are going to formulate this economic policy? When we will be looking into how to solve the economic problem. Let us take an example of unemployment. The problem of unemployment can be solved only by using appropriate economic policy. First, we have to do a detailed study of the unemployment rate there in India. Then accordingly, we have to bring certain programs, policies to reduce or to make people more employed. And this is how we have done this. We have done this by undergoing through the investigation or by the statistical data that we have collected from different sectors of an economy. And then finally, we are reaching to any appropriate conclusion and accordingly doing or formulating any policy. The next sixth importance is help to analyze the performance of policies applied before. Now, as taking up the same example of unemployment. Now we can simply analyze that, okay, we have started some of the yojana or program to reduce unemployment rate there in India. So by looking into the thing, or by analyzing whether these program or policies are helpful or giving any positive result or not. Moving to the next exam importance, economists try to find out cause and effect relationship between different sets of data. Okay, with the help of statistics, always an economist they used to find out cause and effect relationship. Let us have another example. Suppose that the price of wheat is increasing day by day. The rise in price of wheat might be because of the uh, increase in demand. Okay, might be there is increase in demand, so there is increase in price also. Might be because of reduce in production, because of some flood or famine or any other natural calamities happened and the production fall, there is less supply, so there is increase in price. So we are having this cause and effect relationship established by the statistical study. The next importance, formulation of policy. Before formulating any policy or bringing any change in the policy which exists, there is always a detailed statistical study being done. For example, if our finance minister decide to increase or reduce or the taxes, first he will go through, or he will be going through definitely about the statistical study, or will ask to go for statistical investigation and to look into the feedback, or to look into the things, figure out the things, that how many are paying the taxes, whether people their tax paying capacity of the people are there or not, and accordingly he should formulate the policy of taxation in order to generate revenue for government. So the tax rate are fixed to get maximum possible revenue and with minimum possible discomfort to the people. This thing should be kept in mind while framing any of the policy or increase or decrease in taxation by the finance minister, and he will be making any change in the policy just after the mm, mm, the statistical study which he will be doing, or reaching to any conclusion after the investigation, the result which he gets from statistical investigations. So the statistics also help in formulation of policies. The second last importance is used for intersectoral and intertemporal comparison. Statistical studies also, or statistical data, help us to compare the things which happen intersectoral and intertemporal. First, let us understand what is the meaning of intersectoral. Intersectoral, here it means that comparison across different sector of an economy. This is the meaning of intersectoral. Suppose if we want to compare unemployment, or what is the rate of unemployment in intersectoral term, then we will be looking the problem of unemployment and going through the magnitude of unemployment across rural and urban sector of the economy. Okay, and that comes under intersectoral comparison. Whereas intertemporal temporal comparison, it means that if we are comparing or understanding of change in magnitude of problem over time, it means unemployment, if we are looking into unemployment, that what was the rate of unemployment in 1999 and what was the rate of unemployment in 2019. Like the unemployment rate was 7.7% in 1999, and with the span of time or over time it has increased to 10.5. So this was the comparison which we made in intertemporal sense. Okay, intersectoral means comparing rural and urban area, the unemployment rate, whereas intertemporal comparison means comparing the unemployment over time, over the period of time, or on the 10-year gap that we compared. The last importance here is it is an quantitative expression of economic problem that we have studied from beginning, that statistical data is always measured or always collected in a quantitative term, not a qualitative, not in qualitative expression, or qualitative data are like not collected. So it is always a quantitative expression of economic problem. We have particular fact and figure to compare any economic problem, rather being unemployment or being rise in the price of commodity or inflation in the economy or poverty. These all things are compared on quantitative terms. Coming to function of statistics, which is quite similar to importance of statistics only. So let us have a look. The first function is statistics simplifies complexities. It expresses facts in numbers. It presents data in condensed form. Statistics compares different phenomena and reassures relationship between them. Statistics is helpful information of policies that we have seen previously, like taxation policy. Then statistics is helpful in economic forecasting, that we have done, that the price of petrol, whether it is going to increase or decrease in the near future. Next is it facilitates comparison. And lastly, it helps in establishment of correlation between two facts. So these are the functions of statistics. So now with this, we came to an end of chapter number 1. Please, with the help of this video, you just complete your notes. Thank you.